Good morning. It's time for another episode of Discipleship Today. My name is Bob Benson. I pastor Christ Lutheran Church. We've been talking about discipleship, the way it looks, the way it works, and especially in our world today, discipleship is different than it was in the first century. Today's world, discipleship is an intentional, and I want you to listen to these words, it's an intentional relational process. It doesn't just happen. You have to intentionally pour into relationships. And in that process, it's becoming more like Jesus amidst all the distractions of our world today. They didn't have some of the distractions in the first century that we have today. We are in a high distraction society. There's this digital first and consumer driven culture that we live in today that they didn't deal with in the first century. It moves beyond mere church attendance and becomes this long obedience in the same direction. It's being faithful. And I think I've mentioned this before. What do we want to hear when we get across the threshold in heaven? Well done, my good and faithful servant. Now, there is not one attribute of God that over trumps any of the others. Okay? He is loving, but he's also just. Okay? There's no one, but there is one of his attributes that makes all of them enhanced. It's his faithfulness. He loves faithfully. He's righteous faithfully. And really, that's what he expects out of us, is us to be faithful. It's not an excuse. He doesn't say, well done, my good and successful servant. He says, well done, my good and faithful servant, because he measures success way differently than we do. He wants us to be faithful in what he's called us to do. It's this long obedience in the same direction. That's faithfulness. It's focusing on a holistic life transformation is what it talks about in Romans 12. Is that transformation. Sometimes that takes small group accountability or even individual accountability. And that's discipleship, isn't it? That individual accountability of multiplying followers. And not just multiplying followers, but discipling people that will go out and disciple others. If it goes one layer deep, is it what God intended for us to do? No, we want to go out and disciple people that are going to go out and disciple, that are going to walk in life with other people. It's faith in our daily life. It's practicing some of these spiritual disciplines as prayer, meditation, and being in God's Word. And when I say meditation, I'm not thinking Eastern meditation. I'm not thinking of emptying your mind, but filling your mind with God's Word. And that takes work. The problem with discipleship today is we don't want to pour in the work that it takes to be a disciple or make disciples. It's a long slog. It's a lot of hard work. It's really being Jesus to people and having them be Jesus to others in turn. That's what we're challenged to do, is this faithful discipleship of making disciples who then will go out and make disciples. So for Discipleship Today, my name is Bob Benson. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch today.